So welcome to another episode of Boat Snoop. I'm your host Clint Johnson, and I'm kind of excited because what we have for you guys today is a 2007 Beneteau 343 by the name of Sea Otter. And why am I excited? Well, it's because she's a really nice boat. And on top of that, she just went through a full heavy-duty refit last year in 2023. So she looks really nice. New bottom paint, new mainsail, new standing rigging, ton more. Make sure to check the listing in the description. And if someday you're watching this years down the road and you notice that that listing goes to nowhere, well, that's because she's been sold. Anyhow, let's get a closer look at her. I'm gonna zoom in and we'll head on over and check her out. So I'm sure some of you have seen Beneteau 343s before. I have, but this is the first one I've videoed. But probably a lot of you haven't seen them. They're just a really nice cruising boat. And this boat, she's rigged and ready. We got a throwable life sling. We have a really nice set of dinghy davits here. So you can hoist your dinghy up and out. We have a board there. Mount your outboard motor. New bimini top. The owner replaced that as well. And all of her running rigging, for those of you that don't know what that is, that would be your lines. Since we don't have ropes on sailboats, you can see the green and red ones there. They all look like they're brand new. So this thing, she's ready to go. So we'll move on forward and just take a quick look. The cabin top at the bow. Oh yeah, look at that standing rigging. All shiny, brand new. That's worth a lot of money there. And that new mainsail in mast furling from Max Sails, Stuart, Florida. All very nice looking. And here's a view from the bow. Point out little things like hatches that don't have crazing in them. All look like they're newer, good condition. And then we'll hop in the cockpit here. Now this is pretty much what you'd expect in a cockpit. Some of you probably already picked up on something odd and different that you don't see on every sailboat, and I like it. We'll get back to it in a second. But look at all those really nice new lines. I mean, everything's new. So, I mean, you can run the ship basically remote back from the cockpit. Always nice. But what really stands out to me is, yeah, we've all seen folding ship's wheels, stuff like that, but this one is folded around to the side and it's locked in there. And on top of it, I'm gonna actually sit down here and you can actually turn it. I'd be half tempted to be kind of kicking back, maybe steering from here sometimes. It has a, you can see this ring here, so it does have autopilot, and it appears to me that that is all fully functional even when the wheel is folded. Odd, I know, but all it takes is for you to pull this knob out, and if I move this with my knee, that takes it, and then she locks into her next spot and she's solid and you can steer from here. But I thought that was pretty neat. I like that. I like it a lot. So I wanted to point that out. Everything else looks pretty standard. Really nice. Raymarine flat panel, chart plotter. You got your wind direction. You got your controller. This looks to be a new Raymarine unit for your autopilot. Here we have a remote for the anchor windlass, and then we have our compass. Common design, but really nice with all new equipment. But then add on top of that this really cool fold around ship's wheel that's still operational when you fold it around. So really neat. Now I know all of you want to get down below decks to the salon and everything else and check that out, but just before we're going, I just do want to point out this is a large cockpit. You could have easily 3 if not 4 people sit per side. Then we have these, what I like to call princess seats. I'm sure there's other names for them, but where people can just kick back with a cup holder there. But there's a lot of room for your crew to sit, or even if you're at anchor and you have some people over for an evening drink, a lot of room in this cockpit. And as we get ready to go down into the salon, I do want to point out, you can see that all of this woodwork is in really good condition overall. I mean, it just looks beautiful. But we'll get closer and take a look when we're down there. So let's head on down. So as we come on down, the first thing we notice is our galley. And we have a 2-burner propane stove. Looks to be fairly new. We also have it built in where we have an oven. And then we have a really nice isotherm refrigerator with freezer. So it slides out and is large. And then in addition, we have an ice box here. We have a nice stainless steel deep sink. And we have a microwave. Now something I want to point out here in the salon is look how much lighting there is. The owner does have covers and these pop up and snap. They actually roll up nice and have little straps that go around them. I just didn't take the time to do that. I just brought them down real quick so I could show how much light is in here. And all of those can be covered up, including those windows on the cabin top. They have little sliders that come out and so you can shield out the sun, but when you want some light, it has really good natural light. You'll also notice as we go through, there's all kinds of lights on in the cabin. You can see one over there, one over there, one over there. So if it's dark or it's at night, you're also going to have good light. Now moving on into the salon, right on our starboard side, we have a nav station where you can sit on that settee there and then swing your legs down there. Currently, the current owner has some stuff that's being stored there, but you just swing your legs around and you have your nav station, your desk. You have your DC control panel, your AC control panel, your VHF radio, and your stereo. And back here in the salon, there actually is a lot of seating. You could easily sit here 3 people and another 3, probably really 4 people here. And with our table, here's half of it made out. So pretty decent size. And here we have the full table. So a really nice, good sized table. And in addition, we do have a good size storage spot here. Store whatever you want, or maybe that's your hidden underway liquor cabinet. But really nice salon area to entertain. You can play cards, who knows, have some drinks, whatever. So you could fit probably about 7 people max there. And in addition, I do want to point out we have a nice flat panel TV for entertainment. One additional thing is this vessel does have air conditioning. Here's one of the vents. And then here's the controller, and I know that fan's kind of in the way, but cool and heat. So it is a reverse cycle, so you can cool or heat with this vessel's AC system. So heading forward, we find our forward V-berth, and it's a good size one. 2 full-size adults. The owner currently has some dry bags here for storage to keep things, you know, nice and protected and everything while they're away from the boat. They have some cushions for the seating up in the cockpit, some hanging racks, good light, and some more storage and hanging racks. So next we're going to head back and we're going to check out the head, check out the engine, and we're going to check out the aft stateroom. So as we come around here, this door leads us into the head. So let me open that on up and we'll take a look. Now as we move into the head, you're going to notice that, I mean, it is large. This is the shower area. It's all open. I mean, there is a rail up there so you could have a curtain, you know, go across if you desire, but this whole head is waterproofed, and then you just drain out the bottom. So it is a wet head, but there is a large amount of room. So let me move on here. I'll close the door, and I'll just sit down where you shower. It is, even if I move the camera down, I think right about here you'll see my knees. So I'm 5'11", so my leg doesn't even stretch across. So good sized head on this Beneteau 343. As we move back out, all we have left is the engine and the aft stateroom. We'll check out the aft stateroom first. The engine is underneath this ladder, or I guess some people call it stairs, but nautical style we'll call it a ladder. So, but we'll move on to the aft stateroom. It's large. It has a very nice, very, very thick cushion back here. It also has a bunch of good light. We have this port that can open so you can get a breeze. Through this one is the cockpit. You can open that, get a good breeze, cross breeze there. And there's even one aft at the stern of the vessel, so you can get a breeze going that way. To me, it looks like you could order up some new cushions and add additional cushions if you needed to put a lot more people to sleep. I probably would be using this for me personally as storage, but I mean, it is large. And finally, I said we'd come back and look at and check out the diesel engine. Now, I know this motor has approximately 201 hours. She also received an overhaul when she was out for her refit. And I'm looking at her and looking at her engine mounts. That all looks good. Belts look good. I don't have anybody to start the motor for you guys today, so I apologize. We are not allowed to do that just due to liability reasons. So we always have an owner or one of their friends start it for us. But the other thing to notice is look at all that insulation, that black insulation, sound isolation that's in there. So it's going to make for a very quiet motor. And you'll notice it's here as well. So it's insulated well. It's going to be quiet. Really looks to be in really nice, good condition. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this boat tour of this 2007 Beneteau 343. Like I said, she's a really nice boat, and for her age, nice example of a Beneteau 343. This owner has done a lot of work on her, and it shows. So anyhow, if you like this video, make sure to give me a thumbs up on that. That really helps. If you'd like to see more videos in the future, always click that subscribe button, and I'll catch you next time.